Alright, not everything is as it seems in the Bluey universe. You see, there's a war happening in the background of the show, and I am here to prove it. Before we get into this theory, however, go check out my channel if you like this content. I post every Sunday at 10 a.m. Eastern Time, and I post the occasional short from time to time as well. This video is part of Bluey Month, where I am only uploading Bluey theories throughout the entire month of February 2024. There's a playlist on my channel where you can find all these videos if you haven't seen the others. And also, go check out the official Twitter account for updates and memes, or check out the community tab for the polls. Now, without further ado, behold the hidden war plaguing the Bluey universe. Rusty's dad is in the army. He mentions it multiple times throughout the show, and we see that his dad is actively deployed. In Season 3, Episode 47, we see Rusty's dad on deployment with a helicopter flying overhead. Now, Australian soldiers are deployed for non-wartime operations, such as to actively protect their borders and for offshore maritime interests. But I do not believe that this is the case in Bluey. I think there is indeed a war going on, and it has to do with that famous real-life Australian war. According to Britannica.com, the Emu War was a military operation to address the issue of emus damaging large amounts of crops in Western Australia during the Great Depression. The campaign lasted from November to December 1932. In response to petitions from local veteran farmers complaining about the crops being destroyed, Minister for Defense George Pearce believed that dispatching professional soldiers to help the farmers would demonstrate that the government took veterans' concerns seriously. And so, that's what they did. 3 soldiers, Major Gwynedd Purves Wayne Aubrey Meredith, Sergeant S. McMurray, and Gunner J. O'Halloran, were dispatched to deal with the problem. They were given 2 Lewis automatic machine guns, 10,000 rounds of ammunition, 1 pickup truck, a camera crew, and were told that they were to cull roughly 20,000 emus. Side note real quick, they were given 10,000 bullets and told to pick off 20,000 birds. Well, it was later recorded that emus can apparently tank about 12 bullets each. With these numbers, 10,000 bullets and each emu tanking 12 bullets, the most the team could have picked off would have been about 833. This mission was doomed from the start. I wouldn't be surprised if the Australian government were just bored and wanted to see what happens. Now, the following goof shit events sound like something out of Jackass, according to my girlfriend. I'm Major Meredith, and welcome to Jackass! November 2nd. The 3 team members employed formation tactics against a group of roughly 50 emus. When the soldiers opened fire, however, the birds scattered in all directions, making them extremely difficult targets. November 3rd. Nothing of note happened on this day. November 4th. The soldiers laid an ambush for the emus at a water source. The gunners waited to open fire until thousands of emus were in range. However, one of the guns jammed after a few rounds and the emus quickly scattered. After these 3 days, only about 30 emus had been killed. Farmers attempted to herd the emus using trucks, but this proved ineffective. A gunner tried shooting from a truck, but the emus were faster than the truck, and the machine guns were difficult to aim. The emus also have tough hides, and thus a glancing bullet from a machine gun rarely led to death or severe injury. It was also difficult to judge the immediate effectiveness of an attack, as some emus kept running after being shot. November 8th. News reports had widely publicized the failure of the Emu War. Members of the Australian House of Representatives made light of the situation, joking that if anyone deserved medals from the conflict, it was the emus who had, quote-unquote, won every round so far. Major Meredith and his team withdrew on November 8th, but local farmers demanded their return. A report that 300 emus had been killed justified the government's decision to redeploy the machine gunners on November 12th. It was reported that about 986 emus were killed between November 12th and December 10th, with an additional 2,500 later dying of their injuries. These numbers have been disputed, But even if they are accurate, the ratio of bullets expended to casualties was considered too high to justify continuing. Soon after, it became clear that one emu in each group served as a lookout to warn the others, giving them time to escape. The government began to supply farmers with ammunition, and roughly 57,000 bounties for dead emus were claimed within 6 months, but the emus were considered the victors of the war. Now, back to Bluey. I think we are seeing the beginning of the Bluey universe equivalent of the Emu War. In Season 1, Episode 35, Bluey sets up a zoo in the backyard and mentions that emus are there.
Everything's okay, madam! Feel free to check out our emu!
And in Season 1, Episode 50, Bandit uses his hand as a puppet, and he considers it to be an emu and a pet.
Dad, we want a real pet.
Sean doesn't like kids saying he isn't real.
Oh, you're a cute emu, Sean. Sean likes me.
So, the show canonically says that emus are both pets and in zoos in this universe. Well, I don't know about you, but that sounds like slavery and indentured servitude to me. I think that was what started the war in the first place. And if this mirrors our own emu war, then the emus are destined to succeed. The collapse of the canine-led society is coming. But leave your thoughts and theories in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe.